Yes.
Because some neighbors
very
that
nice.
are very inconvenienced, when they see you living with them as a black in a big house, their heads start wobbling.
Very, very nice.
You can get some of them that are really discriminate and things like that, but some are very nice.
These ones are nice.
Okay, good.
And they are Christians.
Oh, good.
Okay, guys, so welcome to Houston Walk with Dr. Cosmas. So as you know, we do morning walk ahead of the Business Growth Conference. We're having Houston one taking place tomorrow. And typically I ask him a few questions about business. It's a kind of mentorship while, myself and him take our morning walk. So it's 8:15 a.m. here in Houston, Texas. So welcome everybody. Feel free to tell us your name and where you're joining us from. All of you who are joining us, and feel free to share with your friends and get them to come. So I wanted to ask you this question, very important.
Please.
At the beginning of entrepreneurship, most times you are the one. By the way, if you can hear us type, I can hear you. I want to be sure you guys can hear us. At the beginning of business, you have to start a company by yourself. Maybe yourself alone or with partners, and you're starting. At some point, for example, where you are now, I notice you no longer start companies. You rather buy existing companies. You started long ago buying banks, shares in banks, trying to, influence who is the management, and now you see invest in international companies. Why is that so, and at what phase do you need to now know that at this phase, maybe starting new companies is not what I need to do? I need to start investing in existing ones.
Starting new company comes with a lot of challenge on its own because you are speculating. Of course, you could have do your numbers and see opportunities in a new area where you are going into. But if you look at Warren Buffett, you will see that he puts money in a stock market, look at the companies that are doing well, and then buy up small companies that are struggling and put the finance that is required and help to get the management. Because you read the history of that industry, quite a number of existing business are really a good organization, maybe mismanaged, maybe struggling with fund here and there, maybe required to get people with some level of discipline to be able to put the system and processes that are required to get the company to another level. So there are a whole lot of benefit it is, because running a business is not really easy. Frankly speaking, if running a business is easy, everybody would be a billionaire, because who doesn't like money? I'm yet to see one. Everybody is in support of success, but the price is what many people are not willing to pay. Okay, so I haven't seen one person ask, do you want to succeed? He said no. He wants to succeed, but how? Just to succeed. But success doesn't come that way. So it's much more, it's easier. Today I could see people doing well. Many times, frankly, many guys have good business, but needed a mentor, somebody with experience already in the industry, because it is the same business. It plays by the same rule. It doesn't matter whether you are selling pure water or you are selling Rolls Royce. It requires the same scale of sales, but in a different dimension. But it's still scale of sales that they require to sell it. It's still about customer management, because the people who buy both of them are all customers. So if you structure it that way, if you already have experience, it's easy for you to guide that company. Let them see where you see the pitfall in that organization, to block it and get the right kind of people in place to be able to help that the acceleration of the company goes turn around. But there are problem. Problem is that sometimes some of these founders are not willing to give up. Like I said during the London street talk, there are people who are interested to be a head of an ant, but they never appreciate that the tail of a cow can kill the head of an ant.
Wow.
But they will still insist,
Wow.
I can never be a tail. The Bible says I must be the head. But head of what? Head of what are you? Okay, so in this system, that person should have called out and said, look, I get a good business.
Yeah.
You know, let me still have something, 10% of something than 100% of nothing.
Absolutely.
And therefore call for investors who are willing to come in, or somebody who will be a core investor. There's a young man recently, I knew he's doing well, he goes to Singapore, bring things and things like that. But after speaking to me and convinced me, and I could see through to what it is, I said, look, the only way I can get involved in this is will be on morning, how are you? Yeah. It will be on 50-50 basis.
Yes.
He said, frankly, he doesn't care. Even if I say 70 for 30, he is quite confident that this 30% will worth something for him than the way he is. I put money in his business unceremoniously, and he's doing very well. So I have quite a number of these. So it's much easier for me than sitting down, because I don't have all the time. You know, running a business requires time. You know, hunting and bringing that. All I need to do now is to see how I can, you know, make that thing big with the experience I have, because there's a system already, there's already a managing director. I also can use my existing business, my CFO, to be able to look into it, because already if I have a control, so I have other people who are skilled with me that can help to see where the loophole is, you know, and eventually I will get such business to join the ESCO of Koshari's organization, where we critique ourselves on what we do, and where you see other people challenges your assumption. So it's not really a big trouble on me. But if I'm just coming to take 10% stake or 5% stake in your organization, it limits me. I cannot pull you into that because I don't have all the things. So it's just advice that I will give you. Of course, it doesn't mean I still put money in businesses where maybe it's only 3% worth of the business, or even nominal shareholders. You know, company like MTN, I'm still a shareholder. You know, and MTN, yes, I put $5 million in MTN when they came in. I still heard it. What year did they come in? The same year they came in, because I was one of those who enjoyed their 2000, maybe actually 2000, before 2010 or 2011. Much earlier. Maybe MTN came into Nigeria. I'm not exactly, but you can find, but definitely not later than 2012 or 2010, thereabout, you know, because they were and they control the telephone industry in Nigeria, whether anybody like it or not. The other people are just scratching the surface. The money that is in it, they made. You know, $1 billion they delivered to us in profit in their first 1 year.
Wow.
You know, so such businesses where you put in money in a business, first 1 year you are getting almost $1 million dividend. You know, in hard currency also. It's paid in hard currency. You just feel like, what the hell of this is this? So such good businesses exist. No doubt that provided me a risk, because it's just by projections that we made that investment, because there was no track record that they have had before then, except a little company from South Africa that the subsidiary in Nigeria became bigger than the parent one. So those are all the things that are available. So it's not like I can't start a new business, but it takes more time. You know, I will scrutinize any proposal for a new business much more than I will scrutinize already existing business that I can relate to, and that there is at least 1, 2, 3 years history. And that is one of the reasons why I tell young people, if you really think you have an idea, it's more difficult to sell the idea that are not proven. See how you could do something to start on your own. It works like a magic. If you tell somebody, I started this business with 5,000K.
Yes.
Today, this business worth 15,000K.
Yes.
But with additional capital,
Yes.
I can scale it to 50K. In whichever currency you are talking about.
Yes.
But the person will see your methodology,
Yes.
how you've been able to take this thing from
small
ground
way,
zero
yeah.
to someone, and know that that thought process, if consistently you follow it, you will get to that place. It's a magic. But coming to talk theory, you've never, the one is that the person is not even sure what your working experience is.
True.
It's not like you are with KPMG or PwC for the last 15 years, and you came out and you said, but just that you came out of university, you have business idea. There are very few people like me who will trust in that your ingenuity to put money into your operation. So it doesn't work like that. But for some, they believe it's still a way to go. Yeah.
Beautiful, guys. If you're learning, type I'm learning. Somebody was asking for the code for the conference, the Business Growth Conference. The code is business. So if you want to attend the conference starting tomorrow, and it's tomorrow and Sunday, Business Growth Conference.org. Okay, today is the last day you can use the coupon code. Today is the last day, so use the coupon code. Business. Use coupon code. The word is business. So with the word business, you get a 50% discount. But today is the last day for that discount. So the event is taking place here in Houston, JW Marriott by the Galleria. But you can attend virtually if you are not here in Houston, right? You can attend virtually. I'm typing. I just pinned it now for all of you who have been asking. You can attend virtually. These are things you will not hear elsewhere, and you will learn way more than what you are hearing in this work at the conference. Again, www.businessgrowthconference.org. Use the coupon code BUSINESS to get 50% discount. And share this with others, inform other people. Very, very important. So,
And Stephen, don't forget to tell them about Singapore event
so
coming later
we have
this year for those who may be interested.
We're doing a retreat in Singapore. Imagine spending 5 days unrestricted with Dr. Cosmas. We're all lodged in the same hotel. We're all having conference together. We're going to be touring different aspects of Singapore together, right? 5 solid days, right? You'll be able to have one-on-one access to him. You'll be able to ask any question about your business, about scaling your business, about him investing in your business. Like you've heard, what he does more now is invest in businesses, right? And not to necessarily start them. But again, he's giving you some of the rules. Whether, why, and what he looks out for. But beyond just having him invest in your business, I think it's the wisdom. What I always celebrate more with my mentors like him is the wisdom. I just enjoy learning even more than whether the person will invest or not invest. So if you want to attend the Singapore event, it's November 28th to December 4th. November 28th to December 4th, but you need to register early. So send a DM to this social media, right? Send a DM or call the Simactarius team and you can get detail about Singapore event. We'll do this work again hopefully on Monday, and we'll only focus more on the Singapore event, what you're going to learn. But tomorrow and Sunday is the Business Growth Conference here in Houston, and you don't want to miss it for anything else in the world. And this is very, very important. Now, for people who are getting, because entrepreneurship can be exhausting. it really can be very, very exhausting.
Sure.
So if somebody is watching here and they've started their business, they're able to scale it to a level, and they are at that point where they just feel like they're no longer enjoying it. It's just taking so much toll on them. What will you recommend such people do?
You know, scaling is, for me, in 2 parts or even in 3 parts.
Yes.
You can scale your business financially.
Yes.
You can scale your business knowledge-wise. You can scale your business getting the right team.
Yes.
There are some times where people need a partner. A partner, not really financial partner, but somebody also who is skillful
Management
partner, almost to his own level or even higher than him. But you must be willing, all of this actually, the difference that makes these things happen, all depending on the pioneer of the business. What does he really want? What is really his aspiration and desire in life? Do you want to create an institution? Do you want to create something? Because that's what will differentiate you from your contemporary. Your other contemporary may be interested to just make money, to just say that they started a company. You know, some of them are .com, the same day they're .gone. In 3-4 years, nobody is .gone. You know, so nobody says anything anymore about it. But if you want to make a difference, do things that is sustainable. You must continue to ask yourself these hard questions. In fact, you will be more stricter to yourself than anybody, because what you are trying to do is to say, I want my name to go in history as part of the founder. You know, that because there are still something about that founders, that you are part of the people that gave birth to this concept. That some people just took it and run to whatever. He will always remember that you said, you are the father of this business, you gave birth to it. All the money will not come to you, but even in your record, it's getting to your CV that you are there. You know, so, and that's what I tell people, that if you really desire to make a difference, it will happen, because it is what is driving the individual. Take, for instance, what separates me from my contemporary is that they are just happy that they've made money. They have bought houses and built, you know, they have big cars, and they bought houses in Victoria Land or in Ikoyi, or have house in New York or in. But there are many people who have that, but nobody can say they run a business. There's nothing you can point out. So my drive is to say that I am an entrepreneur in my generation, and I have helped to scale business. So today, if you don't like me, you will not quarrel with my result. You will never take away that I created a Nigerian multinational with no formal education. It's there, it's staring in your face. But there are people who are actually doing some of these things that nobody mentions so much about them. Very few people know who Josiah Samuel is. One of the wizards I have in my organization. These are people who I rely upon. What I brought to the table is my dogged determination and core knowledge of automotive component. Many times, business owners are not really people who are technocrats, who knows everything. But it's that spirit, I can do it spirit, that they bring to the board. And then organize people and make a believer out of those people and sell his vision to those people and take a back seat and they execute it. So there are people like Fred Amobi, like Okenwuke, that was with Access Bank for 12 years, who really came and put system and processes. It took our system and processes in Kochalis to another level, you know. So because you need to really be current. And what has happened is that even when these people left the organization, because of their emotional attachment, they have reputation. They are still looking backward every day, asking what is happening, because it's part of those things has also been in their CV that they did it. So they are there to support you as they get new information on the modern way of business is running, they are still coming back to you, you know, pro bono, selling their ideas and other things to you. So you cannot go wrong by making up your mind to say, I just don't want to be a ranger, a man a lone ranger who share all the glory and take everything. Let's distribute, let's share all of these things and get people together to be able to help you and make the difference that you wanted to create.
Beautiful, but people always say, and I get that said even to me a lot, you know, even my colleagues who are founders, they be like, all these small boys and small girls that you people are carrying up and down, empowering them. Many of them will leave you one day, and you know they will go and leave your business in ruin, and you know people share their own bad experience, trusting people, and all of that. So what do you say to such people who are saying, if I invest in bringing people and then giving them authority, and then they create a big mess, it's still going to be on the founder, even when it's not the founder that made those decisions? I've been in many of those situations.
Well, will your staff make mistake? The obvious answer is yes. But you need to separate mistake of head and mistake of heart. There's no mistake you made of head that I cannot forgive you. Yes. But a mistake of heart is tough for me to forgive you. And you, yes, intentional, okay? So, because I can make mistake myself. Let nobody think that we've all been in a vulnerable situation in life. But if this question is whether getting these people, you are afraid they are going to do something and take the business, I've never been afraid of any of my staff any day, you know, because I want to create an institution where each day I even telling myself that I'm dispensable. Yes, only God is indispensable. So when you now begin to think if one person leave, the company crop, then it's a bad organization. You have not started. You should never build such a model. Build a business where people can come and make a career and be the best they want to be. Let them know you value them, that you are important. But if they think there's no other person without them, God had each one of us for a penny. There's no pebble in the beach. There are quite a number of us who are capable. When somebody that is so important leave and think he is the soul of the organization that is going to die, I just believe that God wants to give somebody else an opportunity that has been dear. Nobody ever knew anything about it. But because of how good the other person is, overshadows his influence. I used to have a financial controller who is like part of the family, really, the way we've taken him and my wife. And when we invested in Access Bank and the new management was coming in, he was interested to move to Access Bank. And I called Ike Herbert and said, please, so part of the condition I'm assisting and putting this in is that this guy wants to move and you guys need to create him a position. My wife said, why should I do that? This guy is the soul of our business. I told my wife, you can never, a man that is convinced against his will is of the same opinion. This guy has shown interest that he wants to leave. Let him go there. He will become an expansion of us. I have not done anything wrong to him to leave. But if he's hungry, let's support him, because if we don't support him, he will eventually get there, but we will not get any benefit on it. But he knew wholeheartedly we supported him. So I've always believed that as transparent as I am and as open-minded I am, anybody who finds a better place to be and still stay with me is in a wrong position. I encourage people, aspire to be the best you can be. But I'm not afraid of you leaving me. If you think there's a new place where you can get it better, I will facilitate it for you. I have that open mind. In fact, I will even encourage you. There's nothing that say you can be greater than me. After all, I work for somebody and I'm greater than the person that I'm working for. So do I have a monopoly of being greater? If you are greater than me, if you have common sense, you will still give me respect and honor as your boss, because I played a role in your getting up. So such a free mind help things happen and keep friendship and openness in interaction. So that's the person I am.
So people shouldn't be as scared
No,
of trusting
no,
people.
no.
And some will betray you.
When Dennis left, we found some other people
Yes.
that we never knew they exist in our organization.
Exactly. Some will leave, but just see it as your own contribution to the society.
That's right.
You know, after all, they're also going to go add value to another company. May not even be your company, but see it as your own seed, you know, to developing the society. Again,
And Stephen, let me say, this pressure comes from both sides.
Yes.
It's not only from the old founder, even from the employees. Because I knew somebody like Josiah. Sometimes I can talk openly. Let me leave it. But somebody who is at a very high level, asking, what are you doing in that place? These people are using you. You know what you are capable of doing. But only you know whether you are getting value or not. Because we are not there to tell somebody outside what you are getting. But if they push you out of your place and something happens, they are not going to do anything to you. You on your own. Exactly.
They will not help you.
Exactly. So they can say, they may do those things with genuine intention, but let you be convinced that it's the right thing for you to do. Okay. So, but it's a win-win situation. I don't want to work in a place where they don't value my input, or when they treat me like surplus to equal. But either way, I should not work in a place and believe that without me the place cannot exist anymore, because that is too big-headed for me to think like that. Okay, so I think it's an opportunity. God made it position that we come together to put our shoulder to the world, to create wealth. And if we're able to do that, we should congratulate each other. So I valued all my staff for what they have done. But those who want to leave, I help to facilitate their living. I never really insist that somebody is going to work for me forever. Yeah.
Very powerful, guys. So again, if you haven't registered for the Business Growth Conference starting tomorrow and on Sunday, quickly go register right now. www.businessgrowthconference.org. Use the coupon code BUSINESS to get a 50% discount. And for those of you register right away and you are in Houston, you will also be having an opportunity to have a dinner with us tonight. Okay, tonight by 7 p.m. JW Marriott, we're having dinner with everyone who has already registered for this event, and it's going to be a great time. So if you are not in Houston or you can't fly down to Houston, people are coming from the UK, people are coming from Canada for this event, flying all over. So register now, but if you can't come physically, you can register for the virtual session. Okay, you by every means be part of this. The last we're going to do for the year. Okay, the last one we're going to do for the year. So go now, register on the site www.businessgrowthconference.org. Use the code BUSINESS to get a 50% discount. Yeah, we're going to. You're asking for which video are you talking about? Is it this particular one? We're going to save this one here. But register to be part of the conference starting tomorrow. Registration is 10 a.m. 8 a.m. Sorry, registration start 8 a.m. Conference start 9 a.m. tomorrow. And then on Sunday, we start lunch by 12 noon and then conference start by 2 p.m. Okay, so but you can join virtually or come physically. I want to ask this question about why do you think those of people always believe, yes, go register for the virtual session as well. Why do you think that a lot of African founders struggle to make or turn their business to a multinational like you have done? Because Charis is now in different African countries. You are in Japan. Most people don't even know about your Japan expansion. Why is it that most African founders are not able to build a multinational corporation?
Number one is this fear of control.
Okay.
In fact, that's the greatest weakness of self-made men like me. What I did, not being big-headed, is not very simple. A man can trust you with anything but not his purse, his checkbook. But I keep on telling some young people that I mentor that if you still know how much you own, you are in control of your money, you are not wealthy. You need to scale to where you need to ask your CFO.
Yes. How much are we worth?
What is available for you to even know what it is. So in other words, you have left to trust people, because the truth is that if everything we stand for come to an end when we are not existing, we have not lived effectively. And many of us claim to be a leader, but a leader while we are alive. Nothing is said after we have left. Your ideology should be cherished. You should be a reference point. People should still be aspiring on what you have ignited even when you are no more here. That's why Jesus, after 2,000 years ago, is not here. He's getting climbed. I'm one of the people that subscribe to his company. So you need to come up with that leadership spirit that people will take your ideology and continue to refine it to take it up to the greater hand. Then you can say you were a leader. So many African people, because of the culture where we hail from, where trust. And that's why, if you look, the value of Kosharis or me as an individual is integrity. I'm creating an institution and I emphasize so much about integrity, because that's only where you can be able to, integrity is also a trust position. You need to give people your trust and then make a demand on them to earn it. It's not just saying, I'm watching you until I can trust you. No.
It's also, I've trusted you.
Yeah, I trust you, but I ask you to reciprocate it. You will know clearly that I gave you my trust, but I now hold you accountable to prove to me that. Because if you sow, the scripture is very clear, whatever you sow, you reap. If you sow suspicion of people, you are working with somebody every day, you ring it like a bell. You know, I don't trust you. You know, I don't trust you. You know, I don't trust you. So the man felt, what did I owe you?
I don't owe you to be trusted.
Yeah. You know, if you don't trust me and you're telling me to my face, what do I? You don't trust me. What am I making any effort to impress you? But I want you to know I trust you, and not in a hypocritical way, but I expect you to reciprocate it. Okay, so I trust and verify. I don't mean I trust with blind eye, but I'm not putting you in a position of authority and getting another 10 police people to police you, because that is confusion. So it's either I take your word for it, and those things start from individual. If you trust yourself, I deal with everybody like I'm a man of integrity. Why do I expect that I'm only pebble in the beach? Why do I think exactly? Why do I think Stephen is a crook and I'm a gentleman? You know, that means so if I can trust myself, then I can trust you and give you that trust, and then we build it up. Of course, you can see end people trust as time goes on with many things you are doing. Ending people trust does not mean only with money. Ending people's trust is that you have some key stuff, things that are important. Oh, you've forgotten to do something. You called this guy, said, oh, guy took care of it yesterday. He's earning your trust. And that means even when I forgot, this guy don't forget. He is sold out to this company. His mind is into what we are doing. So that's also part of way to earn a company, because people always think that this trust only come when I don't steal money and when, no, there are many things you do that shows I am committed, I am sold out, this is where I belong, and I have no other interest but the welfare of this organization. So you earn the founder's confidence and trust by it, and it's something you build that will be a win-win situation for all of us. Yeah.
Beautiful, guys. I wish we can continue, but we have to stop here now. Maybe later in the day we may continue. We have time on our way to other meetings. But if you got value, you can type I got value, I got value. Remember to share this video with as many people as possible. This will really be a blessing to them. Don't forget, go register right now. The Business Growth Conference Houston edition is here. Use the coupon code BUSINESS to get a 50% discount. That coupon code ends today. You can join physically here in Houston, Texas, JW Marriott by the Galleria starting tomorrow, and on Sunday is a 2-day event. But if you're not in Houston or you can't fly down to Houston, that's okay. Join us virtually and we're going to be having a great time. There will be a pitching competition. You'll be able to pitch your business to myself, Dr. Cosmas, and other speakers. And we have a cash gift for the winner of the pitching competition. We did that in London as well. And the winner got a cash gift. And we're doing it in Houston, we did it in Abuja, we did it in Lagos. So go register and be part of the Business Growth Conference. It promises to be life-changing. Don't miss it for anything. We're going to have a great time with you. Any final words, sir?
Well, I would say for those who have never been in any of our business meeting, I will ask you to dare yourself and take advantage of it. There are testimonials, and you can share one with you. You can share it, maybe put it there for them to hear. One of the guys that attended the London things. So I've seen life change. I've seen businesses change. Remember that the people you associate with will determine your level in life. I shared with you one time in my life how I was with Dr. Shio Kongo and then had a dinner with Abiona and met Abacha life. So he says about who you associate with, who you meet, that determine all of those things. So I've seen it in practical life. So if you play with the people who you can beat always, they will only improve by you. But if you play with people who can beat you all the time, you will only improve by them. See you guys.
Wow, come on, I love that. Love you, bye-bye.